Hello and welcome to PA Academy. This is the part 2 of the video series under sets. So in the part 1, we've looked at the introduction of sets and some basic things that you need to understand when it comes to sets. So in this part 2, we are going to be looking at finite sets, infinite sets, subsets, and equality of sets. So these are some of the basic things also you need to know when it comes to sets. So what do we mean? So the first one is finite sets. It says these are sets whose elements are countable. That is, it is limited. I put in brackets definite end. He said, let me come again. He said, these are sets whose elements are countable. That is, it is what? It is limited. So when we talk about finite set, that means the elements what are known, they are well defined. An example is what? Whole number lying between 5 and 10. Now, if you are asked what are the whole numbers lying between 5 and 10, so let's just say, let's take that as a set A. As a set A, and you are being asked that, okay, what are the whole numbers lying between 5 and 10? Then you can write it as, okay, that will be 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see that's just it. That's the end. These are the numbers, the whole numbers lying between 5 and 10. You can see that it is well defined. That makes it a finite set. He said these, okay, he said these are sets whose elements are countable. That it is what? It is limited. Now this is where it ends, 9, and you can count them. These are just 1, 2, 3, 4. They are four elements. That makes it what? A finite set. Let's look at the second example. He said the vowel in the letters of the alphabet. So what are the vowels in letter of alphabet? So let's say, okay, that is also a set A, and we ask to represent it. The element is what? The vowels in the letters of alphabet. What are they? That's A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels in letters of alphabet. So how many are they? They are 5. You can count them. They are not more than this. They are well defined. So that's its finite set. He said they are sets whose elements are what? Are countable. Then the last one is what? The letters of alphabet. So if you have to write the letters of alphabet, how many are they? They are 26. So you are not expected to have more than or less than 26. So with that, if that represents a set, you can see that it is well defined. Nothing less, nothing more than 26. So you can use, so do these 3 examples. I believe you'll be able to understand what we mean by what? By finite set. So now let's look at infinite set. Now infinite set is just the opposite. It's just the opposite of the finite sets that we talked about earlier. So he said that what? They said think about infinity. So when we talk about infinity, something that doesn't have an end, something that continues. He said these are sets whose elements are uncountable. That is, it has no definite end. These are sets that have no definite what? End, and they are uncountable, unlike the finite sets that are countable. So now example is what? Real numbers. So if they are being told that, okay, that for a set A, the elements of set A what? Are real numbers. And what are those real numbers? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can keep writing it till thousands, till to millions and billions, like that. You can see that it has no end. And when it has no end like that, once you keep writing it, you just keep putting these small dashes and then you close it. This is just to let us know that what is an infinite set. It continues. It doesn't have an end. It is uncountable. Unlike finite sets that, okay, if you are told that the element between maybe 1 and 10, you know that you are not going beyond that number. But right here, just real number. So you just continue. It has no end. It's still infinity. That's what we mean by what? Infinite sets. Another example is what? Positive even numbers. So if you want to also keep writing even numbers, you just keep on writing it. It has no end. So it's also an example of what? Of infinite sets. So the next one now is what? Is subset. So when we talk about under sets, when we talk about a subset, he said, first I said what? He said denoted with this symbol. It looks like C. So that's the symbol of subset. It looks like what? It looks like C. This is how, let me draw it something bigger. Something like, it looks like this. This is how it is being. So it's not necessarily but you make it, you curve it properly like this. So that's the symbol for what? For subset. So now let me first of all give you an example of let me use an example to explain this. Now if you have A, this is a set A, and these are the elements in set A. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. These are the elements in set A. And then you have set Q, and these are the elements in set Q, D, E, F. Note this. This is set A. This is set Q. These are the elements in set A. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then for Q, D, E, F. Now, look at this. If you look at the element in Q, which is D, E, F, you can also find them in set A. D, E, F. Look at it here. D, E, F. The element of Q is all the elements in Q, all of them, the three elements, 1, 2, the D, E, F, is present in A. D, E, F, also in A. That makes Q a subset of A. It makes Q subset of A. Let me call it. He said then Q is a subset of A. So it is written as Q is a subset of A. So that is how you write it. So that will be, once you see that's Q is a subset of A. That is how it is being written. He said if all the elements of Q is present in A, then Q is a subset of A. So that is what we mean when we talk about subsets. So it's when you compare two sets, and then you look at one, which is like the set A, and you look at the one that you are comparing it with, which is set Q, and you find out that all the elements in set Q is present in set A. That makes it a subset. So this Q will be a subset of that set A that has all its elements in it. So that is what we mean by subset. So another one we are going to be looking at is what is equality of sets. Now, equality of sets said if we have set A and set B, whereby A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then A is equals to B. What does it mean? It said that means if we have a set A and set B, and the element in set A is the same element we have in set B, then that's what we mean by equality of what of sets. That means the sets are equal. Look at this here. If you look at set A, the elements are A, B, C, D. If you look at set B, the elements are B, A, D, C. You can see that the set B was just rearranged, but the elements are what are the same thing. Look at it. We have B in sets. We have B. We have B, we have A, we have A, we have D, we have D, we have C here also. So you can see that the elements are the same thing, but the arrangement is different. So that means set A is also equals to what? To set B. That makes them what? Equality of sets. That means the sets are equal. I say here further. From the above example, A is a subset of B, and B is a subset of A. What does it mean? That means all the elements in A, you will find it in B. That makes A a subset of B. All the elements in A, you find them in B. And then B is a subset of A. All the elements in B, you find it in what? In A. That is A is equals to B. So also note that what? Say the arrangement or position of the elements what doesn't matter. When we are looking at equality of set, the position, whichever way it is arranged, as long as the same elements are present in the set that you are comparing, that makes them what? Equal. So that is what we are. So in this video, we've been able to look at finite set, infinite set, subset, and then equality of sets. So if you have any question, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be willing to answer you. So in the next part of this video, we are going to be looking at what the types of sets. So if you are yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to PA Academy, and I'll see you in the part 3 of this video series on that set. Thank you.